Okay, so today's video is all about the filming process for leveling up your film business. Now, I'm actually supposed to be cooking dinner right now, so I know somebody's probably getting hungry and probably like, oh, I wish she'd get off that doggone video. But I said I need to make sure I knock out this last video real quick. So today's video, I'm gonna give you a behind the scenes look on what it took for me to actually bring this project to fruition. And then I'm gonna show you how that process is very similar to the filmmaking process for a movie production. So I'm going to give you a look at the development phase, the pre-production phase, and the shooting stage of leveling up your film business. Now, this is a 10-part series, so I am going to give you a look at the post-production, distribution and marketing, and the exhibition platform at a later date. So let's get into it. What's up, my Diversity in Cinema Academy fam? I'm Theta Catalan, and this is the place to be if you're an aspiring filmmaker, video creator, and screenwriter. The first thing we're going to discuss is the development phase of leveling up your film business. It's quite similar to the development phase of a movie production, and that's what I want to show you today. Movie development is the creating, planning, and organizing phase of production, which you have to do on any kind of production. During this phase, the producer drafts a business plan and budget to start the fundraising process, and that's just to name a few things. Since my online course is self-funded, I didn't have to do the fundraising process. However, I did have to draft a business plan and a budget to see how much money I would need to allocate for this project. If you want me to create a video about how much was needed to develop my online course, let me know in the comment section. Now, during the development stage, I also organized and developed my project plan in Asana. I created project goals, milestones, and objectives by outlining key tasks and due dates. In part 2 of this behind the scenes video series for leveling up your film business, I discuss organizing your project in Asana. It's worth watching if you want to set your project up for success. So let's take a look at how I plan out the tasks for filming my course. Then afterwards, I will show you what that process looks like. This is one of the first lessons in the course, which is welcome to leveling up your film business. You know, obviously in the course, I welcome you. And so here are just, some other subtasks that I needed to do for it. So basically I needed to write the content for the workbook. And then because that same content I will use to write the script for the course lesson, but I actually write even more for the course lesson because I wanted to go even in more depth and more details, in the actual, video lesson. And then, I start prepping for shooting. And as you can see, you can even do even more subtasks within the subtasks. So you can click right here. And you can see that I have, the things when I start prepping for shoots, I do final checks. So you can write a description right here, and then you can put in whatever those subtext is. So basically I want to make sure that I have all my equipment, which is a camera, a teleprompter, tripod, computer backdrop, lights, extra batteries, and SD card, and then decide on what my hair and makeup is going to be, and then what wardrobe I'm going to wear for the shoot. And so those are the subtasks inside of that. And so like I said, there's other, shoot the video lesson right here. There's other subtasks inside of there. And then you can see I have all the equipment, everything that I mentioned that I needed to prep for, my hair and makeup. So I'm actually doing it. My wardrobe, what I'm wearing, have it all out and ready to go. Then I do a test run. So, I set up all the equipment. So I want to make sure that I'm checking the camera and lighting settings to make sure that visually it looks good. Then I reformat the SD card. And the reason I have that as a task and a reminder is because I have forgot about that in the middle of shooting. And now I got to stop and reformat and do all this kind of stuff to the SD card because it's full. And then I do a microphone check because believe me, I have shot an entire video. I mean, 2 takes, y'all. And matter of fact, I think I had shot like 4 videos. And Baby, I ain't had no audio at all. I had to reshoot all of that. You talking about somebody feelings hurt? And so then you would also, then after you do the microphone check, then you're ready, lights, camera, action, and then so you start recording the video, and then you do a quality control check on the video. So after you finish shooting, then you dump the stuff onto your computer. You take a look at everything to make sure that it's all good to go. If it is, because if you find out again that the sound did not work, then you don't have to shoot again. So, but everything is all good. So then you upload your video to Dropbox. And so that's just my process on that. Okay, so that's how I planned for filming. If you want to gain free access to Asana Now, check out the link in the description box. So now you're probably wondering how my filming process went down. And I'm going to show you in just a little bit. But first, if you haven't done so yet, be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on your notifications. Also, hit the like button if you love the content I am providing. It really does give me a boost in the algorithm. As you saw, many things need to be completed in the development phase. That's why I created my online course, Leveling Up Your Film Business. It provides indie filmmakers with a blueprint of the business tasks that need to occur before diving into the logistics of shooting a film. The doors will be opening soon for course enrollment, so be sure to add your name to the wait list if you want to set your production up for success. Plus, everyone who signs up for the wait list will be the first ones to learn about VIP specials, early bird specials, and course information. I'll provide the link below. Okay, now I'm going to show you how I made the filming process happen. You ready? I know you're ready. You've been like, girl, can we get to it? Okay, so the first thing that you need to know about the filmmaking process is that you will not shoot in order. So say for instance, if you have a 90-page script, you're not going to go page 1, page 2, page 3, all the way to page 90. You're basically is going to shoot it in a way that makes sense for your production, where you can save time and money, because time is money. Okay, so for instance, like with this video, the hook of this video was shot very last because, well, it was downstairs. I was already upstairs, so you know what, I was like, we're gonna save some time by start shooting in the bedroom first, since I was already in the bedroom, because I had to do my hair, I had to do my makeup, I had to get my wardrobe, and plus I had scenes for this video that pertains to all of those things. So I was like, okay, we're gonna start upstairs first. Okay, so the first thing that you're gonna need is the camera and a lens. And I currently use a Canon 60D. I use this camera for all of my YouTube videos, and I also use it for my video lessons for leveling up your film business. And I also use my cell phone camera, so when I need to demonstrate the camera, I can still use my camera phone. This is the teleprompter, so this is not a part of the body of the camera or the lens. Obviously, if I have the camera, then it is sitting on top of a tripod. This tripod can actually get up to, I believe, 8 feet. So you just have these extensions to it. And that's why I got this one, is because if I needed to go high with something, especially if I wanted to angle downward at something, then I can use this tripod. Okay, so now another tool that I use is my teleprompter, because when you're doing video lessons, I mean, you can be talking for sometimes 10 to 15 minutes, and that's a lot of information that you are trying to get out. And so you won't have to do a whole bunch of takes and retakes and all that. It's best to have a teleprompter. Now, I will tell you, if you decide to use a teleprompter, you got to get used to it. You got to be able to ad lib with it to make it feel natural, but keep up with the flow of the teleprompter at the same time. So it takes some practice, but you can eventually get to it. Okay, so the teleprompter that I use is the Padcaster by Parrot Teleprompter. And so as you can see, this is just the base of it, and this little glass right here has a reflection. And what you would do, I'm currently using my cell phone now, so I can't give you the full effect of it, and maybe on another video I can show you how it actually all together work. But what you would do, this little part right here, you will pull down, and you will put your cell phone there. I'm just using my tablet for right now. And then whatever words are on this screen, because you will download the app, will show here, and then you just read from the teleprompter. Okay, and what else comes with the teleprompter is a remote control. So that's how you can control it. You can start, you can stop, you can press, make it go back up, you can make it go back down. You know, you can just do all kind of functions while you're actually working with the teleprompter. So if you mess up, all you have to do is scroll back up and you can go back up. I make sure that I have a fully charged battery. Once I get the charged battery, I replaced the old one that was in there. I make sure that I have two, because you never know, if you do a lot of shooting, you may need an extra one for a backup. The next thing that I need is the SD card. You got to make sure when you get in these cards that is meant for recording video. So then we just pop it on in there. Once we pop it in, I check my camera settings. You're going to click menu, and then once you click menu, you're going to hit this button here, and you're going to click to the right to get to the section that say erase images. Once you get there, then you're going to press set. You see right here, you're going to press set, and then you're going to select the part that say all images on card, right? Then you click that, and then you're going to click over to OK, and you're going to press the button, and then everything is going to be deleted. Now, once you have finished erasing all the images, then you're going to click over to the right, and you're going to go to this section for the tools, where you will go to format, and then you will click on that, and then you will delete all of the data that's left on the card, just so you can start off with a clean slate, right? So you press OK, and then boom, it gets rid of everything that is there. Now, once you're done with formatting your card, then you're going to click the ISO button. So now you would change the settings of the ISO. So you can go, you see how on the screen it's getting brighter as you go higher. Now, the thing about that is that the higher you go, the more grain that you have in your image, and it just makes it look poorly. So I highly suggest not going over 1,000. And that's why lighting is very important, because if you light the room well, then you don't have to go so high on your ISO. Okay, so another tool that I use, which is very important, is the microphone, because you want to make sure that you have good quality sound. I use this little Sennheiser microphone that you can actually attach to your camera. One thing, like I told you in the planning part of this, is that a lot of times when I would turn this on, sometimes I would stop it right here in this middle part, or sometimes I wouldn't go all the way over, and so it wouldn't record. Or another thing that you have to make sure is good is your connection. So you just make sure that your connection is good. And then, as you can see, this red light is on. That means the battery is bad. It don't mean that it's all good, right? So that means I need to change the battery. Now, what I have a bad habit of doing, I'm going to be going through batteries a lot. I tend to forget to turn it off after I'm done shooting. So you have to be very mindful to remember to turn off your microphone when you're done shooting. Otherwise, you're going to be like me, constantly replacing the battery. Okay, so now what we're doing is a test run of this video to make sure that it is focused, because that's one of my biggest concerns, is the focus, and then to also make sure that the sound is good. Okay, so once I stick the SD card inside of my computer, then, you know, this pops up. Really, I don't want it on that. So we're just going to open it up like this. Let's see what the clarity is looking like. Okay, so now what we're doing is a test run of this video to make sure that it is... Okay, so sound is good, but the clarity of the picture is not good. So now I am a go on sound, but I still need to fix the clarity, and I don't like the framing of it, because as you can see, it is cutting off my head. And you know, when you're looking through that small little monitor, you think that you can see how good it is, but then you see this and you be like, what the hell? How did it cut me off? But anyway. Okay, so the next thing that you need to do for your film, that I also did for my video lessons, is choose wardrobe. Wardrobe is very important to the look of your character and what you're trying to portray. So I obviously, for my video lessons, I am an instructor, so I wanted to be something a little conservative but friendly, since this is the online world. We're not sitting in an actual classroom. So this was my first look that I had, and then I chose another look. Okay, so the reason why I chose black for the shirts that I decided to wear, obviously I didn't choose any bottoms because you don't ever get to see my bottoms in the video lessons. So the reason why I chose these black shirts is because of branding. So my brand colors are black, gold, brown, yellow, you know, so I wanted to make sure I stayed within that realm, and I chose two looks because of continuity reasons. Now obviously I wasn't able to maintain continuity when it came to my hair and my nails, so we get to see that difference. But as far as clothing wise, I wanted to maintain continuity, and plus your girl ain't got a whole bunch of shirts that she just want to be changing every single time for every single video, because like I told y'all, I did over 40 video lessons, and it's like, what I'm gonna do, go through my whole entire closet? Because that probably would have been like every single shirt that I have. That means formal shirts, that means, you know, my t-shirts, everything. So that's why I chose to have one look. Okay, so when you're considering hair and makeup for your film project, you need to consider the character and what you're trying to present. And that's the same thing I thought of when I was thinking of my video lessons. I was like, okay, what kind of look am I trying to have? I wanted to have a more conservative look because, you know, I am teaching, but you know, this is online courses, and I want y'all to feel comfortable like I am somebody that is approachable, that you would like have an instruction from. So I chose a look that, you know, took my hair away from my face so I can be more exposed and you can feel like you see me. Okay, so when I was deciding my look, I decided to go with a natural look for my face. I think that was important because I wanted it to feel like a daytime look, not a nighttime look, like I was going out to the club or anything. I thought that colors like this, like especially if I would have went with some of the reds and the purples, just wouldn't have went with my brand. Okay, so another thing that you would do in the filmmaking process is to make sure that you have great lighting design. So obviously with a video lesson, you don't need like some fantabulous, you know, lighting design, but it is important to make sure that you are lighting the subject so, you know, people can clearly see you. Since I am moving from out of the bedroom, we're moving on to the next scenes. I'm gonna go do that setup, and I'll just show you what that setup is all about. The next thing to consider when you are setting up your location, so obviously I chose my location is going to be my office, so that is my choice of where I wanted to do my video lessons because it just makes more sense because I am giving instruction. If I was doing something where maybe I was doing lessons on meditation, then maybe I would have chosen another spot that felt a little more surreal, right? So I chose my office. As you can see, I have this white drawer set that does not necessarily look appeasing to the eye. So what I decided to do is I would place my chair there to block it. Easy peasy, right? Now I can still see that calculator, and I don't really think that's appealing to the eye. So what I would do for that, I would put this slate right there so you wouldn't be able to see it. From this angle, you don't see that calculator anymore. But now what I see in the frame is this box that needs to go, and then I see this paper on the printer that needs to go. Boom, boom. All right, so it's turning out nicely so far, right? So something else that I wanted to do to make it appealing on the screen, obviously I didn't want my computer screen to be displaying just any old thing, and I didn't like it being a plain black screen either. So what I did was I just chose my logo for the course. to put on the screen, and I just made it full screen. And so then bam, I would have that. How you like me now? Okay, so after last checks, that means I am good to go now. Okay, so that's time for lights, camera, action. Hey, what's up, my Diversity in Cinema Academy fam? I'm Theta Catalan, and this is the place to be. After you record the video, that's when you're going to do a quality control check. Basically similar to what we did earlier when we did a test run, making sure that everything was good to go. We're just going to place the SD card back into the computer. And then after we do that, we're going to upload the video to Dropbox. So it will be ready for me when I get ready to edit the video. Now we're gonna talk about editing in another video. So that was the behind the scenes look at my filming process for leveling up your film business. It's indeed a process that is very similar to the filmmaking process. All of the tasks that I had to do, you would do on a film project, just on a larger scale, meaning more equipment, more extensive sets, more set design, more crew, etc. So if you want to get some practice done before diving into a full feature film, I highly recommend doing bite-sized videos for social media. It will give you practical knowledge on how to plan, prep, and shoot a video production. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please let me know in the comment section what was your favorite part of this video. Oh, and if you made it this far and haven't hit the subscribe button, then what are you waiting for? Please do it now. And don't forget to turn on your notifications so you won't miss any of the great content I'll be providing for you. And if you missed the organizing your project video, check it out now.